As an individual who grew up in the early 2000s, I watched some of the greatest cartoons. In fact, we had some of the greatest cartoons. In fact, there are no other cartoons than the cartoons we watched in the early 2000s, so I decided to put together a list, and the list is real simple. These are the greatest cartoons ranked from number 100 to number 1. And just like Congress decided for the rest of us that $3.4 million, trillion should be added to the national debt, I've decided that this is the official 100 list. I'm going to give you what I remember about the show once we play the trailer or the teaser or whatever the hell the theme song was. And then I'm going to give you the official, and we'll see how closely it matches up. After the list is said and done, you can let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to ball it up. I'm going to throw it on the trash. I'm going to light that trash can on fire. And I'm going to send you a personal video saying thank you. Now, let's get to number 100 on the list of the top 100 greatest cartoons for 2000s kids.
Robot Jones. Robot Jones.
That's right. Coming in at number 1, it's everybody's favorite robot. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? What do I remember about this show? It was about a robot. For sure. That part, I know, that one I got locked in. It was definitely about a robot who I'm assuming was named Jones. Osmosis Jones? Future Jones? Hell of a Jones? Mike Jones? Oh, might be Robot Jones. His name might have actually been Robot Jones. And he wanted something at this school. He wanted to be human. He wanted to study humans. That's what I'm thinking. He wanted to study humans at a school. Study him, I think. And I think at the end of the episodes, he used to be like, Dear Diary or Dear Mama Computer or something like that. And he would say what he learned. Now, the official word on whatever happened to Robot Jones is this. It's an American animated television series created by Greg Miller for Cartoon Network. Do I know Greg Miller? The name sounds familiar. Greg, nope, we ain't got a picture. I don't know him. I don't know why I thought I did. I don't work at Cartoon Network. It follows Robot Jones, a teenage robot who attends the fictional suburban Poly New Middle School in a retro-futuristic version of the 1980s. Retro-futuristic, which means it had past vibes, but it had future technology, I think. Episodes follow Robot Jones researching aspects of human life, including music, facial hair, and gym class. Jones is guided by his 3 friends. Don't tell me I know. Ren, Stimpy, Mitch. Socks, Mitch, and oh, hey! Whoa. I told y'all I remember this show. This list is official. Mitch. Socks, Mitch, and QB. In school, Robot Jones interacts with his teachers, Mr. Mimsy, or Mr. Workout, and Mrs. Raincoat. The principal, Mr. Badman, and Janitor Clancy Q. Look, the point is that's the official word of the show. I was close. I told you. This is why it's number 100 on the list, based off all the reasons I just gave you. What do you mean you didn't get details? What do you mean you didn't get specifics? What do you mean you don't have a rubric? You weren't paying attention then. Moving on. Number 99.
Jumping high, it's an island where nobody knows. Ain't no burger stand, ain't no disco band, on the island where nobody goes.
You knew it. You loved it. There was only one answer. It has to be Mike, Lu, and Ogg. Now, damn it, what do we remember about Mike, Lu, and Ogg? Well, I'll tell you this much. I remember that they were on an island. It was Mud Island vibes. This was a show that you watched when you were high at 12. 10? 9. 8. Safe to say 8 or 9. Look, can I be real with y'all for a second? These first 10, they had to be on the list somehow, some way, okay? And I may not have the greatest memory of them. I just know that they existed, okay? What we really need to care about is the next 60. But these first 30, they have to go somewhere. So Mike, Lu, and Ogg is number 99. Also, it was a fun show. From what I remember, it was a fun show. I remember it's one of the earliest shows I remember on Cartoon Network. Well, check it out. Mike, Lu Ogg is an animated television series created by Michael Schindel, Michael Alishin, and Charles Swinson. That seems like an interesting combination. It's like two individuals grew up on the same street, same neighborhood, maybe even went to the same school, and then one just kind of walked in and said, hello. For Cartoon Network and the seventh of the network's cartoons. Remember that old thing? Cartoons.
Cartoon.
The series follows a foreign exchange student from Manhattan in the house. I don't know who does that from Manhattan, but I just assume that's what you would say when somebody's a foreign exchange student from Manhattan. Manhattan in the house. Named Mike, a self-appointed island princess named Lu, and a boy genius named Ogg. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the foreign exchange student from Manhattan was the girl. But, oh, it was. Okay, no, Mike is the girl. Okay, see this girl right here? Hold on, because you can't see her, but you will. This one right here. Hold on, get close. You can't see her. You can't see her. This one right here. That's Mike. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mike? That seems like a Mike. This even seems like a Lu. Possibly an Ogg. But no way would this be a Mike. This is what I'm going to tell you. Stop being sexist. Stop conforming to today's society standards. Recognize that we are in a new world order. Things are gonna be different. Congress members are now telling you to their faces that I don't like this bill. This bill is bad for the country, and I'm gonna tell my colleagues not to vote for the bill. Meanwhile, I'll make a deal to make sure my state is good and then pass the bill. Things are different. The trio take part in various adventures as Mike and the island natives share their customs with each other. That's really all you need to know. Number 98.
Maggie and the ferocious beast in Nowhere Land. To Nowhere Land. Come along if you can. Hey ho, come on, let's go to Nowhere Land. With Maggie and the ferocious beast.
Great googly moogly.
I'm dancing and I hear no beat, and I can't even imagine what the theme song sounds like in my head because I added it in post. That's right, I have no idea what y'all just heard. I don't know if this dance even works with it, but I'm assuming that number 98, which is Maggie in the Ferocious Beast, had a killer theme song because that's the only way it would have made it so high as number 98 on the top 100 greatest cartoons for 2000's kids. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. What do we remember about it? Well, I remember there was a monster, big old monster with red polka dots, and the polka dots would come. All right, can I be honest with y'all? Can I be real with y'all for a second? Number 98 had to go to someone, all right? Somebody had to take the place. What do you want? Put Dragon Ball Z down here? Can't, because that's an adult show. Oh, wait, did I put this on the list? Uh-oh. This is an official list. Whatever I say goes. I think it might, or it may not, be on the list. Probably. Now, do I remember anything about the show besides the monster with the polka dots? I remember I didn't like it. I remember it freaked me the hell out. I thought the monster was creepy. I thought his voice was creepy. It goes like this. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast is a Canadian. God, that makes sense. Now everything makes sense about this weird-ass show. What is it with Canada and putting out shows that freak kids out? All y'all shows for kids. This, Degrassi, Drake, everything y'all put out is freaky-deaky. What the hell is going on with JB, too? Actually, we know what's going on with him. What's going on with him is that he was touched on by a lot of perverts in Hollywood, and we just all laughed and pointed and made fun of him and said he was a bad kid for years and years and years. Now the names are coming out, just like the Feldman said a long time ago. Hey, there's some freaks in Hollywood doing some freaky things to kids. Now the names are finally coming out, and guess what we're doing? We are finally taking a stand. We are finally making it known to the world and to Hollywood specifically. We're pointing at them and saying, we don't care. Dance, monkey. Anyway, premise of the show is a redheaded 5-year-old girl named Maggie creates her own map of an imaginary world, known as, I was thinking of the creature, freaked me the hell out, known as Nowhere Land, that in reality takes the characters nowhere. This is one of those shows that you watch when you were sick, okay? We decided that today you didn't feel like going in because you have a school project or something that you just did not prepare for, and so you're like, that's number 98. 97!
You're getting to be a big boy.
I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. I like exploring. I'm Caillou. So many things to do. Each day is something new. I'll share them with you. I'm Caillou. My world is turning, changing each day. With mommy and daddy, I'm finding my way. Growing up is not so tough, except when I've had enough. But there's lots of fun stuff. I'm Caillou, Caillou, Caillou. I'm Caillou. That's me.
And me. And me. And me.
I'm a little confused by my list. No, I'm not, because it's the official list. This list is cemented. It's solidified. There's no reason to be confused by this list. Caillou comes in at 97. Now, I'm not sure why it comes in at 97. I think that this could be replaceable with numbers 199, 98. It's 97, damn it. Caillou. Now, what I remember about Caillou is that it's like Kill Bill. Nope, that's definitely not what it's like. I don't know why I thought Quentin Tarantino's revenge thriller about a woman going out and murdering a bunch of people so she could get back at her ex who set her up is anything like a children's show about a kid with a big ass head. Little Bill, that's the show I was thinking of, right? It's Little Bill, but the kid is white. That's it. They both bald. They both got big heads. I think they both troublemakers. Is Little Bill on this list? Was I racist and only put Caillou on this and not Little Bill? I like how serious we're taking this. I like that you and I both agree that this is the official list. Caillou is an animated educational children's television series that aired on Teletoon. Ooh, where have we heard that before? Canada. Badass kids. With the first episode airing on the former channel on Who Gives a Damn. 1997 is when it first aired. Now, it's based on the books by Helene You Say It. It focuses on a 4-year-old boy named Caillou. That boy was 4. It was a big-headed 4-year-old, and he had a grown man cut. 4-year-old boy named Caillou is fascinated by the world around him. The series was produced in Canada by the CINAR Corporation, because I know you care about that. Now, the premise is that Caillou, the 4-year-old badass, lives with his family, his mother, Doris, his father, Boris, no relation, and their younger sister, Rosie, relation, and pet cat, Gilbert, who I think he also tormented Gilbert or something like that. I don't think he was nice to the cat. He has many adventures with his family and friends and uses his imagination in every episode. During the first season, many of the stories in the animated version began with a grandmother who was also the show's narrator. I remember that. Of course I do. It's on the list, number 97. Of course I remember the grandma being the narrator. Starting in the second season, the narrator and grandmother is an unseen character. This sounds a lot like what Will Smith did to Aunt Viv in season 3. Except we saw her, she's got a lot lighter. A lot lighter. She was a different woman. They did the same thing in My Wife and Kids. You notice that? Just one day there was a dark-skinned baby girl, and then the next day there was a light-skinned baby girl. There's only a few shows that have managed to keep their families intact. Number 96. '96 is gonna upset some people because I think some people find this to be one of the at least 50s, right? You would think that if you were doing an official list of shows, there's no way that any other show could be above. Like if Little Bill is still on this list, and I say Little Bill is greater than Code Lyoko, like I could see how some people might be like upset about that, right? Like that's a justifiable thing to be upset about. 97, Code Lyoko. What do you remember about Code Lyoko? What I remember is that it was a bunch of kids. No, actually what I remember is that this show would always be on when it's time to get up to go to school. Every time I would get up at the crack of dawn, sun barely coming up, you turn on that freaking channel and this would be playing. But it was something about a bunch of kids that would go into a video game to stop some kind of evil threat, and I don't remember if the evil threat was going to spread to the real world and that's why they had to stop it, or if they were just a bunch of kids that decided to be heroes. The show, actually, I remember being kind of cool. It just wasn't one of my favorites, and it was on too early for me to care. Officially, it goes like this. Is a French anime-influenced animated series created by Thomas Romain and Tanya Palumbo and produced by Anti-Films Productions. Yes. Okay, there's a lot of words there. We don't care about this. The series centered around a group of teenagers who travel to the virtual world of Lyoko to battle against XANA, a hostile artificial intelligence which seeks to attack the real world. Good thing we don't ever have to worry about that. Hey, here's a little bit of the plot. Jeremy Belpoise, an 8th grade prodigy attending boarding school at Caddick Academy, discovers a quantum supercomputer in an abandoned factory near his school. Upon activating it, he discovers a virtual world called Lyoko, consisting of 4, count them 1, 2, 3, 4 separate environments known as sectors, and inhabited by an artificially intelligent girl named Alita. I remember this. He also finds out about XANA, a fully autonomous, malevolent, and a highly intelligent multi-agent system that also dwells within the supercomputer. Using structures on Lyoko known as towers to gain access to the real world, Xana can possess electronics and other targets like a virus to wreak havoc, so it could enter the real world, and it could be dangerous, which is completely fictional. There's no way we would ever create something in this world digitally that would seek to harm us or replace us or integrate with us. 96. That was 96 because 97 was Caillou. This list is official. 95.
Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max. Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max.
Max and Ruby.
Ruby and her little brother Max.
Max and Ruby.
Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, this one I do remember, the theme song anyway, because it's one of those theme songs that's catchy. It's an earbug. Once you hear it, it doesn't go away unless you dig in real deep to that part where like there's supposed to be like a mushy pink thing that has neurons and sends off like signals to tell you what to do. I'm describing it to you because it feels like the more I look around in our country, the more I'm worried that fell out of a lot of us at some point. Max and Ruby, right. This one I remember pretty clear. This is about 2 bunnies. It's an older sister and a younger brother. Now they have parents, but for some reason this falls into the category of cartoons that like the parents are always talked about but never seen or heard from. So the sister, who is also I think really young, takes care of her little brother and does everything like cooking and cleaning and putting him to bed. Hey, wouldn't you know, all of our shows come from Canada, because it's a Canadian children's preschool animated series based on the book. I'm picking a lot of kid shows. Well, look, here's the thing. It's a kid's list. But I'm picking a lot of preschool shows as well, right? Because I'd say Caillou's on that. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast are on that. I forgot the rest of the list. What else did we say is already up? Oh. No, there's only 2. The point is, if we're going to do a collective list, right? An official list, and we got to include shows that we watched when we were sick or shows that we watched when we were just young, right? And there was like, you know, nowadays y'all can just switch over to a different app and pick a cartoon that you want to watch. We didn't have that luxury, okay? Okay, there was Cartoon Network, there was Nickelodeon, and there was Disney. And at a certain time, school hours, you got nothing but Disney. I mean, you got nothing but preschool shows. So you were forced to watch them damn shows. So they have to be on the list to encapsulate what it was like to be a 2000s kid. Anyway, Max and Ruby. What is it about? Well, it's a preschool animated series based on the book series by Rosemary Wells and co-produced by Nelvana Limited. I didn't realize how many of the shows were based on books. I knew we were doing that later on in life, but damn, from the very beginning, nobody was creative. Nobody could come up with anything on their own if an author didn't write it. The premise of Max and Ruby follows 2 young rabbits. Max, a rambunctious and achievement-determined 3-year-old, and his older sister, wait for her age, Ruby. Remember what I said she does? Cooks, cleans, put them to bed. Like everything an adult does, she does. They have parents. You just don't ever see them. Seldom patient, goal-oriented, and sometimes bossy 7-year-old. This is what Canada was trying to tell us. This was the reflection of the world we were in. 7-year-old taking care of her 3-year-old like a mom. According to Wells, the series shows a relationship between Ruby, Max, and the universal nature of sibling relationship. What I remember is a child abuse case. 7-year-old was forced to take care of a baby because the parents had decided to go on a, oh, what if they died? What if somebody had bunny stew and that was the real story? Oh, damn. 94.
Who's a little like water and oil?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
What's in the kettle and ready to boil?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
One smelly rabbit, one pampered mooch, fell from a plane with no parachute.
Got stuck in the jungle, putting down roots.
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
Side by side, different as day or night. But it's quite a ride, sharing our life with the trees. Nose to nose, they can be friends or foes.
Whether they're whining or minding their manners,
They're jumping into the bananas. What will it take for your friendship to thrive?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
to be eaten alive.
Brandy and Mr. Whisker.
Squeaky little cutie with your nose in the air.
Your overly dramatic aromatic hair.
Their bellies to fight, afraid that they share a dysfunctional presidency style. Ay, 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 Brandy and Mr. Whisker.
I kind of think I sort of have the theme song of this in my head, but I'm also starting to think that I might be thinking of Dave the Barbarian, which is also possibly on this list. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, though, this is our first Disney Channel entry, right? And I feel like this is one of those shows that I only watched when I was at my grandpa's house because he was the only one that had like the good cable. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers was about a dog that if you were to take Sharpay from High School Musical and turn her into a dog, that's what this dog, Brandy, would be. And then Mr. Whiskers, who was like, you took Rob Schneider and I really don't have anybody. I don't have a live person, an idiot, just somebody dumb. I don't know who the dumb person is, but just take a dumb person. Oh, Trump. Okay, so you put these two people together and you get this rabbit, I think, that wore like a jumpsuit. Yes? No. Yes. A jumpsuit. Yes. And they did stuff in the jungle. I think she was from New York, maybe, because everybody's from New York in these cartoons, and she gets lost in the jungle, and they do adventures in the jungle. I mean, we also got to do, because when I think of Brandy, y'all know what show I'm thinking of. You know what I'm saying? Brandy. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't Chihuahua. Wow, it's Pow Pow. Brandy. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers is an American animated television series created by sitcom writer Russell Marcus for the Disney Channel. It follows the lives of the titular characters, respectively, a pampered yet spunky dog and a hyperactive rabbit. Told you, Rob Schneider. And who got stuck in the Amazon rainforest together. The show originally aired from August 21st, 2004 to August 25th, 2006. So just in case you were unsure if these were the right years to be included in the list, 2004, 2006, that's early 2000s. Clearly this list is official. I was spot on. What is number 94? I'm screwing up because that was number 94. What is happening to my official list? That was number 94, which means we're actually on number 93.
The original, I'm fly, unpredictable, I'm nearly irresistible, and I don't even try. I'm easily excitable, completely undeniable, and sometimes unreliable. Don't ask me why, don't ask me why. I'm strange and I like it, that's just the way I am. I can't change, I can't hide it, that's just the way I am. Might as well get over it, don't try to understand. I'm strange and I like it, just the way I am. I'm strange and I like it, that's just the way I am. I can't change, I can't hide it, that's just the way I am. Might as well get over it, don't try to understand. I'm strange and I like it, just the way I am.
I actually want to listen to this theme song again because if I do remember, and I'm not making a joke right now, I'm being 100% serious. Look me in my eyes, you can tell I'm not lying to you. This has a good theme song. And if I were to do an episode that was dedicated to the greatest theme songs of all time, this would be up there. It would be somewhere in the 30s. That's pretty good. 30% interest, which is what's coming our way because we're in massive debt. This show coming in at number 94. 94, right? Hold on. I gotta look at my list. 94, yeah. Nope, 93. I don't know why I can't remember the number that we're on. Is about a fly who lives in a fly world. A fly world being not like cool clothes, because that's what they used to say. Fly used to be cool back in the day. For you young kids that didn't know that. No, this is a word about actual flies, the ones that go buzz and land on shit. Ugh. Hey, did you know that Caillou Cuoco played Brandy and Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, the same girl from The Big Bang Theory? I had no clue. Well, officially, it's an American animated. Hey, America in the house. We finally got one. Look, y'all thought I was going to have a list that was completely Canadian? You thought wrong. Of course, America would show up, and we're going to show out. And how do we show out? By making a show about things that eat shit. Series centers on an ambitious and expressive tween fly named Maggie Pesky and her family and friends. The show is set in Sticky Feet, a city for insects located in a junkyard. See, I told you there was something specific about it. While conceptualizing the series, Polsky wanted it to contain a playful view of adolescence, and director Dave Wasson formed the overall look of the characters, being heavily influenced by early Walt Disney cartoon shorts. The Buzz on Maggie was Disney's first series to be fully animated in Adobe Flash. So, this list is super official because we got records on this list. During its run, the Buzz and Maggie also received an Annie Award nomination for its character design. See, this one, she's got the husky voice. Right here, pigtails. And if you want an even more in-depth, explanation, follows Maggie Pesky, an expressive 13-year-old fly, and her family, parents Chauncey and Frida, sounds like fly names, older brother Aldrin, younger brother Poopert, and baby sister Bella Tara Strong, who voices everybody. The family resides in an old milk carton in a suburban fly metropolis called Sticky Feet. Oh, they didn't include her friend, Cree Summer. There we go, with her best friend, Raina Cartwright, Cree Summer, who also voices Susie Crabgrass. Nope, that's not her last name. That's Ned's Declassified. Susie Carmichael. That's a black name. That sounds more right. We're going to move on to number 90, and I know what number we're on. I'm not looking at a list right now to figure out what number we're on. We're clearly moving on to number 92.
In a world full of monsters and demons, June is the only one who sees them. When evil beasts start their plotting and scheming, she kicks butt, sounds them from screaming, sounds them from screaming. You can't stop the girl. You can't stop the girl. When crazy creatures come, June has to stop them. She'd be happy if it wasn't her problem. She's the one who has to resolve them, has to resolve them. You can't stop the girl.
Some of you may be mad. Oh well. That's right, number 92 is Juniper Lee. What do we remember about Juniper Lee? Everything, because this is a diverse, minority-focused show. So the only way to do this properly is to make sure that I remember every minority show and every detail that came out, because we didn't get many of them, and this one was Asian. I remember that. And it was a girl. There's two things we hit. It was a girl and it was Asian. And she was in school, and she wore blue jeans, and she was trendy because she had like a streak of pink or something in her hair. I think she fought. This is sounding racist, but it's not, because I think she fought things. And she was Asian. Did I mention that? She knew karate or something. I don't know why I'm struggling to remember what she fought. I'm also getting American Dragon Jake Long stuck in there as well, which seems even more racist, doubling down on the Asian. But at least I remember the names. Did you? No, you didn't. Because you know what you did? You voted for a person who just increased ICE's budget to the highest it's ever been so they could secure the border, making sure that nobody ever gets in, but also nobody ever leaves. Psych, if you're American, you're at risk too, because now they're just rolling over and pulling over anybody they feel like it, and they're putting them in a bag, and they're throwing them in a van, and they're taking that van to Florida, where Alcatraz Island is waiting for you, which, by the way, looks a whole lot like a concentration camp, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Juniper Lee. What was the official word on Juniper Lee? Oh, full title, Life and Times of Juniper Lee. I remembered. So, this is an American animated television series created by former MTV reality star Judd Winnick for Cartoon Network and produced by Cartoon Network Studios. It premiered May 30th, 2005 on Cartoon Network and ended its run April 9th, 2007. So again, clearly I'm right in the zone. I'm giving you cartoons for early 2000s kids. Locked in, certified. This was inspired, by the way, by both The Simpsons and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, one of them I can clearly see. One of them makes a whole lot of sense on how it was inspired. But how in the world they got Buffy the Vampire Slayer from a kid fighting supernatural things, I'll just never know. Just doesn't make sense. This series centers on the life of a preteen girl named Juniper Lee who lives in Orchid Bay City. Based on Winnick's adopted hometown of San Fran, the city is a hub for magical activity and is filled with various monsters and demons, both good and evil. The magic and human worlds have been separated by an invisible mystical shield known as the Veil, which prevents ordinary humans from seeing any magic-related events or the creatures related to them. Juniper has recently been made the new Tezwan Shui, the protector of the balance between the human and magical worlds. Nailed it. To accomplish Juniper's task, she has been magically enhanced, making her far stronger and faster than ordinary humans. Her abilities include superhuman strength, speed, agility, and reflexes. She's Superman, but Asian. Maybe more like Batman. No, like Captain America would be more equivalent, I think. Yeah, that makes more sense. 91.
Lucha!
Mucha! Lucha, Mucha, Lucha, Mucha, Mucha, Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. I'm sure that's exactly how the theme song went as well. That theme song is also really damn good. Cartoon Network's Mucha Lucha. Now, this is finally a cartoon that you would come home after school and find on the television. And once that announcer came in, it was like, you was hyped. You was ready for it. You went and got your mask, or if you didn't have a mask, you got your paper bag. Oh, wait, that's nowadays. You got your paper bag. Oh, wait, it wasn't a paper bag. It's a plastic bag. You got your plastic bag. You put it over your head. You went outside and you said, F this world. Wait, that is not early 2000s. That is 2025. What I was saying was in 2000s, when this show came out, it was about a bunch of luchadors, right? Everybody had a mask. You never saw anybody's face, I don't think. If you did, it would be like Rey Mysterio, like, oh my God, everybody loses their mind. But there's a bunch of kids that had masks, and they participated at a school where everybody did, what do you call it, luchador wrestling? Yes? Yeah, 100% that. But they could also transform into various cool things. Everybody had like a special ability. It's another diverse pick. Some would call it DEI, but however, the only difference between my DEI and the lies that they're telling you about DEI is that mine are based on merit. So if you're on this list, you actually decided, you earned your way there versus, I guess, DEI in Columbia and Harvard and Stanford and Wharton are all based upon color and simply and only color, which is why the world has been falling apart left and right for decades now because they've been putting people into positions that, I don't know, they just can't do, which is why planes started falling out of the sky once we got rid of DEI because that was the problem. Anyway. Mucha Lucha, subtitled Gigante. Gigante. During its third and final season, is an American animated television series that aired on the Kids WB block. Hey, we got our first WB block pick. For kids who grew up in the early 2000s, they know that WB had some of the illest cartoons out, period. Saturday mornings on the WB block was like, it was like getting your first kiss from your high school crush, right? It was like, the first time you caught Mrs. Johnson, who was old but not that old, in the window, and she was taking off her shirt. How old are y'all? A direct-to-video, nope, don't care. The premise is the show is set in Luchaville, naturally, a fictional town in Southern California centered on Lucha Libre, where nearly everyone wears a costume. They are never seen without their mask. Remember when I said that? I told you this is official and I know what I'm talking about. And as a well-known wrestling move, these wrestling moves being capable of transforming the character in relation to the naming of the move. The series mainly centered on three friends, Ricochet, which I think was the main kid with the blue and red mask, Buena Girl, the white and green mask, and the Flea. I thought it was a tick. These are closely related. I'm not too far off. This list is still official. As they struggle through the foremost world-renowned international school of Lucha, where they study to become luchadores. 100 greatest cartoons for 2000s, kid. This is it, right? This is the final span. You had number 100, and in case you're forgetting, I'll go through them again. But I don't know how you would forget because this is an official list with the most perfect, specific, data-backed pickings of all time. 100 was Whatever Happened to Robot Jones. 99, Mike, Lu Ogg. 98, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. 97, Caillou. 96, Code Lyoko. 95, Max and Ruby. 94, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. 93, The Buzz on Maggie. 92, Juniper Lee, The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. 91, Mucha Lucha. Rounding out our 90s list for the top 100 greatest 2000s cartoons is...
Frozen in a time and space divide. But how would the universe survive? Dark daughters of the 24th and 1/2 century, protecting the powerless and the weak. Dark daughters, he's fighting tyranny in the 24th and 1/2 century.
Did y'all see that in the bill, the big beautiful one that just passed? Individuals who are on the less than 1%, individuals that make more than $1.1 million annually are getting something like a 4.4% after-tax income increase, which means that yearly they'll be expected to make something like plus $25,000 back on their money. Depends on how much you make, so probably more than that, but just know that it's not less than $21,000. On the flip side of that, individuals who make less than $50,000 a year, which is something like 1/3 of the American population are expected to see an increase of something like, I don't know, I think it was like either 0.8 to 1.8%, which means that on average you can expect something like $160 back in your pocket just for you. Oh, wait, but they also cut Medicaid and SNAP. So those individuals who make less than $50,000 who were, kind of depending on having health care and food subsidized by the government or paid for by the government are no longer going to be able to do that. So the $160 that you're getting back will have to cover both food for a year and your medical. So there's that. Duck Dodgers, yo. Number 90, Duck Dodgers. This one is great. This is great because we are mixing old school with new school. Duck Dodgers was bringing, I hope I'm saying this right. This is the one with Daffy Duck, right? Oh, am I wrong? Isn't Duck Dodgers like an alternate of Daffy Duck? Look, it's about a duck in space who fought crime. I think he was like a space cop or something. Well, look who's calling the black man smart enough to go to community college. It is Looney Tunes based, inspired, and is starring our boy Daffy Duck. Duck Dodgers is an American animated television series developed by Spike Brent and Tony Cervone based on the 1953 theatrical animated short film of the same name, which stars the character Daffy Duck. Like I said, it is a comic science fiction series featuring the Looney Tunes characters in a meta-fictional roles, with Daffy Duck reprising his titular role from the original short, released 2003 to 2005. We don't care about that. What we care about is this. They're primarily based around the original Duck Dodgers short, which is set in roughly 2318 AD. Don't worry, we will never get there. Elon Musk just came out and said that he doesn't believe we're going to make it the next 100 years, so don't have to worry about space aliens or anything like that. The series also takes visual and thematic cues from other Looney Tunes shorts, with other Looney Tunes characters appearing in the series, albeit adapted to fit within the show's universe. For example, Yosemite Sam becomes Katuta Sam, a parody of Klingons in Star Trek. Elmer Fudd becomes the Fudd, a parasitic, mind-altering alien disease, combination of the Flood and Borg. You should also know that the show's theme song, arranged by the Flaming Lips, is sung by Tom Jones in a style reminiscent of the theme from the James Bond film Thunderball. Actually, I am kind of remembering it. It had that sleek spy kind of feel to it. This one was kind of hot too, actually, when I think about that theme song. All right, this is what y'all need to know. One, the theme song is as hot as Megan Fox was in the Transformers movies, and if we were to ever make a list about the hottest women from the early 2000s kids, Megan Fox would be on that damn list. Maybe 2010s kids more so, because I think that's when 2009 was when Transformers came out. That's not the list we're doing right now. The point is Duck Dodgers, thank you. Number 90 on the list is there because, damn it, something had to go in the 90 spot, and there are 89 other great cartoons that are above it. But best believe when I said this show deserves this spot, I know what you're wondering. I'm going to go ahead and clear those thoughts up right now. Yes, it is the same day. Yes, I'm wearing the same outfit. Yes, I want to thank you for staying tuned for all 10 of the 90s part of this 100 top 100 greatest 2000s cartoons. What's about to happen now is I'm going to leave you all in blissful suspense for next week's episode when we go through the 80s. But before I go, because I am a merciful list maker, here is a snip clip of one of the themes that'll be in the 80s. See if you can guess it. I challenge you. Right now. Name it. Go.
Call me up, I'm your girl.